The truth about Martell Holt's secret isn't just a rumor anymore. It's a reality that Huntsville can't seem to hide, no matter how hard they try. The cracks are showing, the whispers are growing louder, and the people involved are struggling to keep up appearances. What started as an affair years ago has now become a full-blown storm of resentment, betrayal, and buried truths that are slowly starting to surface again. And at the center of it all stands Martell, silent, distant, and more suspicious than ever. His story, his choices, and his silence have become the spark that reignited the chaos in Huntsville. Martell Holt's affair with Arionne Curry wasn't just a scandal. It was the domino that knocked down everything in its path. It destroyed a marriage that was once the picture of love and success. Melody Holt, who used to stand proudly beside Martell, watching him climb the ladder of fame and business, found herself left in the ashes of betrayal. The world saw the glitz and glamour, the matching suits, the shared dreams, and the power couple image, but behind that polished surface was a wound that never really healed. When the truth about Martell and Arionne came out, it wasn't just a cheating scandal. It was a moment that shattered the illusion of perfection that Huntsville once celebrated. Arionne Curry became a name that everyone knew, but not in the way she ever expected. Overnight, she went from being private and unknown to being dragged into a public storm that defined her. The internet called her everything under the sun, from the side chick to the villain. And for a while, she stayed quiet, trying to avoid the spotlight. But the truth is, once your name is tied to a man like Martell, silence doesn't protect you. It only builds curiosity. Every time Martell showed up somewhere, every time Melody spoke, every time something new happened in Huntsville, Arionne's name would come back into the mix. But now she's back again, and she's not whispering. Her latest comments about fake wives and phony marriages lit up the internet like wildfire. She didn't call names, but she didn't have to. Everyone in Huntsville knew exactly who she was referring to. "Some of y'all wives need to stop acting so innocent," she said. "If I really started talking, marriages would fall apart." That one line was enough to shake the entire cast. Comment sections exploded. Blogs ran stories, and fans began connecting dots that maybe, just maybe, Arionne knew more than she was letting on. Letitia Scott found herself right in the middle of the chaos again. For years, she's tried to stay clear of Martell and Arionne's drama, focusing on her business, her marriage, and her family. But Huntsville is small, and on a show where everyone's lives are connected, staying out of the storm is impossible. When Arionne threw that shade, the fans immediately assumed it was about Letitia. Memes started circulating, people started speculating, and before long, her piece was gone. She could have gone online and clapped back like many others do. She could have called names, done lives, and made the drama even bigger. But she didn't. Instead, she posted one simple, powerful message. Some people love to speak on a marriage they could never maintain. Heal and move on. That one sentence was pure fire. It was calm, classy, and cutting all at once. Her fans praised her for it, calling her response queen behavior and a lesson in grace. But behind that calmness, there was something deeper. It felt like she was holding back, like she knew more than she was letting on. And then there's Martell. His silence through all of this speaks louder than any statement ever could. Normally, Martell is quick to respond, quick to defend, quick to explain. But this time, nothing. No interviews, no posts, no hints, just complete silence. And that's when people started wondering, what is he hiding? Is he protecting Arionne? Is he scared of what might come out if he speaks? Or does he know something about Letitia and Marcel that could change everything? Martell and Marcel go way back. They've been through thick and thin, business ventures, brotherhood, and secrets. They've trusted each other for years. But in Huntsville, loyalty can only last as long as the truth stays buried. Because when one secret surfaces, others follow. And when Arionne hinted that she had more to say, people started wondering if there were other marriages that might not be as picture perfect as they seem. Melody Holt is doing what she's always done, staying strong, staying focused, and staying above the noise. She's been through the heartbreak, the public embarrassment, and the healing process. Now she's focusing on her career, her kids, and her peace. But no matter how far she runs from Martell's shadow, his drama always seems to find her name again. And this time, with Arionne stirring the pot and Letitia caught in the crossfire, even Melody can't escape being mentioned. It's like every scandal that touches Martell somehow circles back to her, no matter how much she's moved on. Marcel, on the other hand, is calm, almost too calm. When the drama exploded online, he didn't say much. He made one short statement. My responsibility is to my wife and kids, not to strangers on the internet. It was measured, thoughtful, and professional. But to some people, it sounded like deflection. Because when your marriage has already been under the microscope for years, being silent can look suspicious. People start to wonder, is he protecting Letitia or is he protecting himself? For a while, things seemed to calm down. The internet moved on to the next topic, but just when everyone thought the storm had passed, the rumors started again. Late-night posts, cryptic emojis, comments like, it's always the ones pretending to be perfect. The fans knew exactly who those posts were about. Arionne was hinting again, dropping breadcrumbs that sent social media into chaos. Everyone was watching, waiting for her next move. Behind closed doors, though, Letitia was fuming. Her friend says she was tired of the whispers, tired of the assumptions, tired of being dragged into drama that wasn't hers. She's built her brand, worked on her marriage, and raised her kids while the world constantly questions her relationship. But this time, she wasn't going to let it slide. The calm and collected woman the public saw was just one side of the story. Privately, she was angry, furious that her name kept being attached to Martell's mess, and furious that people didn't give her or Marcel the credit they deserved for holding their marriage together through it all. Marcel, as usual, told her to let it go. He told her not to feed into the noise, not to respond, not to give the internet more fuel. But his calmness only made things worse. Because when your partner doesn't react, it's easy to feel like they don't care. And that's where Letitia's frustration hit its peak. She wanted Marcel to stand up for her publicly, to show everyone that their marriage wasn't what the rumors made it out to be. But he stayed silent, and that silence spoke volumes. And then came the twist that no one saw coming. A leaked audio clip started circulating online. Someone claimed to have recorded Arionne talking about certain wives who pretend to be perfect for the cameras. The voice sounded like hers, though it wasn't confirmed. But once again, the internet didn't care. The clip went viral within hours. Bloggers reposted it, YouTubers reacted to it, and fans dissected every second of it, trying to find clues about who she was referring to. For Letitia, it was a nightmare. Her mentions were flooded with comments, people tagging her name, asking questions, and making assumptions. And even though she didn't respond immediately, you could feel her frustration growing. Behind the scenes, she was venting to Marcel, telling him she was tired of being dragged into messes that weren't hers. But Marcel kept telling her the same thing. Don't let them see you break. But that's easier said than done when the entire internet is questioning your life. And that's when Letitia decided to take control of her own story. She agreed to do a sit-down interview, not a messy one, not full of accusations, but a calm and mature conversation. She spoke from the heart. When asked about Arionne's comments, she smiled and said, I don't believe in tearing another woman down. We've all made mistakes, but I'm proud of my marriage and my growth. That one line shut down 1,000 rumors. Fans called her inspiring, strong, and graceful. For a moment, it seemed like peace had finally returned. But of course, this is Huntsville, and peace never lasts long. Because soon after, Arionne popped back up again with another post. This time, she shared a quote that said, "It's always the quiet ones with the loudest secrets." She didn't name names, but she didn't have to. The fans did the math. The comments exploded again. People tagged Letitia, Marcel, and even Martell. The whispers turned into full-blown theories, and this time, the drama was louder than ever. Meanwhile, Martell's silence was becoming the biggest mystery of all. A man who once couldn't stop talking now had nothing to say. Some people think it's guilt, others think it's strategy, because when you stay quiet, you can't say the wrong thing, but you also let everyone else fill in the blanks. And in a world like Huntsville, those blanks can be deadly to your reputation. Behind the scenes, the tension was thick. Cast members were choosing sides without saying it out loud. Maurice and Kimmy tried to stay neutral, but even they couldn't avoid the awkward energy. Every time